Yeah.
Well, hello, siblings. Welcome back to the Art Therapy Guide to Coping Skills. We got a special guest, Ian, with us. And we've been friends for a while. We know each other, so this isn't like a therapy session, but it's just a way to introduce some art therapy concepts as well as some mindfulness-based cognitive therapy. And we're going to be talking about concepts in mindfulness such as doing mode and being mode and practicing that. So I hope you can join along with us. If you'd like to color along with us, feel free to do that.
Hi, my name's Ian. I'm a very big fan of art, but I don't actually do it that often. So this is definitely a nice way to kind of break out of my comfort zone, especially having it on camera. I feel like it's been very rewarding. So I'm very excited to be here today.
Awesome. Yeah, so we've been talking about this concept of doing mode and being mode, and that if you're an anxious person or you have like a lot of thoughts, our mind often wants to try and solve an internal problem by thinking about it. That your thinking is going to solve the thinking about problem. And in mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, we try and switch mental gears from that doing mode of trying to accomplish something to a being mode of just being present and accepting whatever's here in the present moment. One way to access that, if you don't want to sit with your eyes closed in a room and sort of be like have like that unattainable aspect to it, is to grabbing some art materials and using the sensations of art making as a way to help you focus and relax and be mindful of the present moment, and rather than that just a small sensation of breathing or other ways that can be a little bit intimidating to try and grab onto at first. Do you think you'd be up for a challenge like that? Would sitting quietly, is that difficult for you or impossible at times?
Oh, it can be difficult, that's for sure. So it just really depends on my frame of mind, but with the modern world, it definitely gets tough sometimes.
Yeah, so that's why I'm here with you to sort of make sure that things are all right. I've, in my experience as an art therapist in a mental health hospital, I have a history of being trauma-informed. Knowing when triggers happen, knowing when people are getting upset and agitated, and being able to redirect and switch the frame of mind so that they can continue being able to be healthy and not having the adverse effects of these types of practices. So that's I'm glad that I'm here and to help you with it, and that if anything comes up that is just uncomfortable or a hard no, obviously speak up to that and advocate for yourself, and that's always really important. So this first section is show mercy and forgiveness on yourself. And that's something that I wrote there because when I was working with people dealing with significant depression, people that had attempted to hurt themselves in some ways, it's really difficult for people to tap into some mercy and forgiveness for themselves. Did you know that depression, like a symptom of depression, serious depression, is like an unnatural guilt? And that some people would say that like, oh, like I'm a burden on everyone, that no one, I'm feeling so bad that I just bring everyone down and I can't be helped and I should just disappear and would feel better. So this is a way to sort of come back to our shared reality of that people do care about you and that it is worth expressing yourself and having your voice heard.
Nice.
So I invite you to try out some colors or shapes to sort of color in this area that would show mercy and forgiveness on yourself is the idea. Yeah, all will be okay. You're doing a great job so far.
Let's see.
Maybe okay. So
Yeah.
we have to go figure out what's going to go in here. What's going to be so sometimes people have like an image that they want to make. They can make a face, or what would mercy or forgiveness like symbolically look like, or you could choose like a different material that might be like a little bit messier. That could be a different sensation just to fill that space. And just
That's a good idea. In fact, let's switch to markers. I can't help but see a bat right in the center, and I like bats, so it's good. But maybe that's what I need to forgive myself, is to put all of the more negative emotions surrounded by these warmer colors. Because I definitely, let's see, maybe I'll just start going. I'm always trying to solve it. But yeah, let's just go.
Yeah, just start going, right? And like Bob Ross says, there's no mistakes, just happy accidents. So just go with the flow. Whatever comes out is just fine. And in your mind, if you can even set a few intentions, like you can practice a little loving kindness for yourself. You can say, "May I be safe. May I be well. May I live with ease." And giving yourself a little bit of positive affirmation to connect to. And just saying, "May I be safe. May I be well. May I live with ease." And try and call upon the sensation that comes out, the emotion that comes along with that, while we're just breathing and coloring.
I realized I was like gripping onto this, and that's part of it too.
Yeah, right? Now you're noticing in your body what it's doing, finding that place, those places of tension, those gripping and holding, and just breathing into that space, letting go of that tension. And if your mind jumps to any judgment about your artwork not being good enough, or that it's ugly, or a kid could even do this, you could just bring back into your mind, let go of those thoughts, and just say, "May I be well. May I be safe. May I live with ease. All will be okay." We're just coloring. That's it. We're just coloring.
Nice. I realize I've almost done. It's almost like a bomb, or maybe a Dracula a little bit, which is kind of nice. Let's see. So now I want to put something soft, maybe a purple. Yes.
Yeah, just taking in like the side of the page, how it's like all colored in. This is like the last section of it. You're getting to that completion point, or that maybe it's satisfying to just fill it all in and be able to get a sense of accomplishment. And if any thoughts of like judgment or not being good enough, or I should have done it a different way, you can let those go. Show mercy and forgiveness on yourself by just maybe repeating, "May I be safe. May I be well. May I live with ease." All right. So this next section is to show tension on your body, show tension on your mind, and show tension on your relationship. And this is like an interesting concept in mindfulness. So we've got like that mind and body, and then relationships, how they're all connected to each other. And we can use some art materials to explore these different aspects of these places where tension shows up. Before we choose our color, let's just take a moment to settle into our body for a moment. And for this one, it's going to be like a little bit of a guided body scan. And
Okay.
We'll just go through it like bit by bit. So we're going to start with the top of your head. So bringing all your attention to like just the top of your head, noticing, is there sensation there? Is it hot? Is it cool? It could just be numb as well.
Yeah, it's a little hot actually.
Yeah.
So maybe like a red, or yeah, probably a red. Let's start there actually.
Yeah, so choose the color that you want just for the top of your head. All right.
Let's see. Nice.
And next we can think about your face, noticing the sensations on your face. What color would go there?
So that's a little more numb. So maybe like a yellow. Let's see. Maybe actually, let's do this. It's almost like a face tone anyway.
And coming down from our face, noticing like our shoulders. Do you notice if you have any tension in your shoulders, or what sensation is there? What color would go there?
There's definitely some tension. So maybe something a little darker. Let's do dark purple.
And just breathing into your shoulders, feeling that purple there. All right. And what about your left arm? Is that your non-dominant arm?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So just going into your fingertips and your left arm. Feeling there. What sort of color would represent? Now you've got your right arm. That's where you've been like coloring from
yes.
and sort of sensing a lot into recently. What sort of colors would you represent for that dominant hand that's been coloring?
It's definitely tense because when I color, I like almost like crush it like a beer can. So,
all right. What about like your core and like your belly area? What's there? Take a moment to breathe and feel any sensations there. What sort of color would represent that?
Let's do an orange. That is my favorite part about the chalk. Is then blowing the extra part away.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, that gets you breathing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you got your core. What about your left leg? What's going on in your left leg, Keeney? Do you need to wiggle your toes? Or
I did. In fact, I realized when you said that it had been kind of crunched up a little bit.
All right. And then your right leg. Anything different in there?
Yeah, this leg, I don't know why, but it's a lot more comfortable. Maybe because I had it already sticking out, whereas for some reason I had my left leg was like hunched up under me. So yeah, let's do this actually.
Now we just completed a little body scan. Did you notice any tension? Where was the tension that you noticed?
For sure, shoulders and my hand. Actually, this hand that I was drawing with was super tense. And until you mentioned it, I wasn't even thinking about it because I was so focused on getting the drawing right, which is so funny. And then my left leg was also another one that kind of came out of the right field.
All right. And the next one is to show tension on your mind. If you were having like a really difficult or tense experience, what colors would that be? Maybe you can even call to mind a tense moment that you experienced recently that was a little challenging, not too difficult, but just a little bit enough to bring tension to your mind so that you can try and represent that with other colors or shapes.
Nice. Probably red's a good one. For negative emotions, anger, that sort of thing can always make me real tense, especially when you don't want to feel it. So maybe like a crack in the middle where I'm trying to hold it together on the outskirts, but right in the center, it's slowly... I also just love the color red, so that's another reason. Nice.
All right.
It's almost two faces if I would have planned that better, but I'm also not judging myself on this. So.
But your mind is already wanting to make meaning or like sort of see something within the abstractness and sort of take it to that next level. And sometimes that's really fun. Sometimes you don't have to.
I'll do a blue. Because sometimes when you're trying to keep it together, it's almost like the opposite color you shove in there to kind of mitigate the red. But that can also just lead to more chaos as it all kind of swirls about. It's kind of like a Rorschach test too, but the opposite where I'm drawing the weird shape. But I do find that very satisfying, what I've just drawn. And I couldn't really tell you why.
All right. So now this last one here is to show tension on a relationship. What sort of material would you like to use for that one?
This is interesting. I like the little crack right there. Let's do yellow for the vase because it's such a nice vase and it really shows the crack.
and you can call to mind relationships that you have, maybe to a person, maybe to an object, maybe something that's a little bit difficult right now. Showing mercy and forgiveness on yourself. We're not perfect. But also accepting that, relationships can be tense, relationships can move and grow, and calling to mind what that's like for you.
Let's do blue.
And then again, noticing that sensation of breathing. Thinking about that tense relationship can bring up a lot of loud thoughts. And then suddenly we're gripping again, we're tensing again.
Yeah, my left hand, it's funny, you said that. Okay, here, I'll finish this one. Okay, actually, I kind of like that.
Yeah, are there any other final details I took you put on your relationship?
I was thinking about doing the center. That might be too hard. Let's see. Let's actually do a tiny little. The vase is nice, showing the cracks, but the flowers themselves maybe have some issues going on. And that definitely says a lot to me about relationships.
Mm-hmm.
I like that, though. That turned out really nice.
All right. Let's just take a moment. All right. Well, thanks for being here.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for being a part of this.
That was super fun.
Yeah, and I just thank you for joining us. Thanks for watching, and thanks for hanging along. I hope this is a good way for you to have permission to use your coping skills and to use art as a way to express yourself. And always reach out to people that care about you if things get too difficult. But remember to subscribe, hang out, and I'll see you next time.